Vicky here with you, and I'm here to play with our journal, junk journal that we're making for the giveaway. So the last video I shared, we put together the insides of the book. Now I've gone through and folded some of the paper pages. So for example, here I'll be stitching at the top and at the bottom, and so I've got a few that are folded. This one I'm not going to stitch just because I think it could be interesting for the person that gets it to be able to write on it fully. So I didn't, I'm not stitching that one. And now it's time to add some, I've opened up this end of the bag so that it's possible to actually put something in there. And now it's time to go through and add a few elements before I go and stitch everything together. So I pulled this out. This is something, a ribbon that was on a gift that my stepmom gave to my daughter. So this I'm going to be reusing because it's super pretty, and I could put another piece of paper inside it and use that. Now for the ribbon, I'm thinking that it would be a really nice ribbon to put on top of this, so that you could tuck something behind it, because I want to be able to include some ephemera, so I need space to put that in. I'm trying to use up my stuff, so this ribbon would be very pretty. So maybe like on this side, because it goes with this color, I find. So we're just gonna cut it here, and I won't trim it yet. I'll stitch it and then I'll trim it. Now one of the things I do when I do this, because I don't want to lose my pieces, is to just put a paper clip in the meantime so that I know what is going where. Now another piece that I have, I've made these little pieces and I thought it would make a fun pocket. So let's find the back of this here, and this could go over here as a little pocket. So I'll clip that along. Now I don't want to put something on all the pages either, because I'm going to be putting paper clips and whatever. So I don't want it to be too much, but I do want to have some elements. Now I pulled this out because I thought it could be, like, I don't use these border very often, so if I could use one maybe inside this, it might be fun. Like this would be pretty. This would be very pretty. Or even something like that. Or this one at the bottom. Well, that one at the bottom would be awesome. Okay, so I've got a few options. So let's go through and see which paper I could put this on. Like for example here, that could be fun. That's my other options. Get this big thick one. That would be nicer, like in the middle, but I don't want to hide the writing. So I'm thinking maybe this one would be pretty. So I'm going to just cut it over here, and then stitch it on there. So this I'm going to put this way. It's a bit too tall, so I'm going to have to trim it when I'm stitching. Okay, so that's one of them used. What else do we have? I also trimmed these because I thought that could be fun as well. It could be fun that way as well. And actually, maybe you could do, would it do this? Could stitch it here and stitch it there, and then I have a band, the belly band. Whoops, I need more paper clips. So use that as a belly band. And then another thing that I thought could be fun is to have a writing spot that, well, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 that, you know, you put like a triangle and you can open it up kind of like that. Probably be better if it was more like this, or maybe like that here. Let's take some measurements. So let's say I do 3.5 by 3.5. Oops. And I chose this paper because it's blank on the back, so this way you can write on it. And I don't want it, I want to be able to sew it. So, well, actually I could still open it, so I'm gonna fold it completely like this, and then I'll open it up to stitch around it. And this is going to give us a space to write, but as well a little tuck spot, which is fun. So put that there. And this would be pretty as well here. Right here I'm going to put the other one. Okay. And then I also have something else that I wanted to put in, which is these envelopes. So let me put this aside because now I'm not going to use these. I've already used one of them. I'm not going to use those, and I won't be using more of the borders either, but I will use the leftover of this. So I'll just put some of this away. Okay, so this I could just stitch around like that, make a little pocket. So put that there, and then So I was thinking I like the inside, so we're going to reverse it out. And what's fun is you've got the window. So for example, here, if I was to put it here, I want to put it here because I don't like what I'm seeing on this, but guess I already have something on. This is not wide enough. Having a bit of a hard time in this. Thinking I'm going to put it here. And so I'll do this. So on this side, I'm just going to trim it a bit so that it doesn't look as massive. So it's going to look like this, which I think really is pretty. Okay, so I have this left over. Make another fun little writing spot, and has the little stamp, which I think is really fun. Okay, so it'll help if I remove this clip. So this one has something already. This one already has some interest. Maybe here. So on this. Thought I had another one. I guess I used it. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. So this I'll trim slightly. I'm going to put it over here. So I think we've got enough pieces in here that it's going to make a lot of interesting tuck spots and all kinds of things like that. So now the next step is I'm going to sew all the pieces together, and then after that we can bind the book And once it's binded, then we can start putting some ephemera in it. So that's going to be the next step, is going to be to bind it, and I think to put the top to close it. And then we'll make some ephemera, and after that we'll probably do maybe some little paper clips and stuff like that. I don't know yet, so we shall see. I hope you like this. I hope it inspires you to make your own junk journal. Stay tuned for the next steps in this little one. Bye.